folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. My name is Gentsla, and welcome back to the stream. Yeah, it's been pretty intense the past day. It's been pretty good. I hope everyone's doing well. How are we doing? Hello, hand waving. LGD Markov, Peak, morning. Morning, Mahmood. Matt, yes, it's a short bias, especially with that gap on the DXY. Very, very clear. We're starting to get it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you were on my Twitter yesterday, you would have seen that I wanted shorts in London and I wanted longs in New York, and you know why. And did it play out? Of course it did. Did we make money? Well, let's have a look at our dashboard. So we are now sitting on 103,102. So yes, we've made 1% in the last 2 days. And yeah, the count just keeps on growing and growing and growing, which is always a good thing, So I'm glad everyone's out here today. Today, actually in New York, it'll be CPI. So it's going to be a bit rough for people who are trading that. Just be careful. The liquidity in London can whipsaw around because they want to build liquidity on both sides for that, and then they'll snipe one side hard and then go for the other side. That's the kind of like the general tactic that happens in CPI. Again, it is tradable, but not on release of news. So if you're trading the news, it's hard because the spread goes out and it's like a bit rough. Morning, Steve. My handle, I'll just put it in. So on Twitter, this is my handle. Morning, Shan. Welcome back. So today we're looking at shorts, and yeah, I'll tell you why. Let's just close this. Bring up TradingView. Here we go. Okay, so we have TradingView. We have the closing of 604 and the opening of 745. So let's make that exact. It is 745 today. Yes. Opening gap. Now we're waiting for our time. Our time is around 9 o'clock, which will be 8:50 to 9:10. That's where we're looking for it to reverse and come back up into our opening gap. So just filling out the rest of this. Oh, it's looking very promising today. Closing candle of 259 right here. Okay, that's the initial set of our Hong Kong gap because that's the closing of Hong Kong. Let's put it onto EU. So if we're looking at this short, I actually took yesterday, but I got stopped out at break even. So price came up here. I entered at the height of this fair value gap right there. And then what happened was that after this move came down, I expected price to at maximum come up to this fair value gap and continue going down, disrespecting order flow. And it actually came all the way back up and sniped me out. So I'd moved my stop all the way down. That trade would have been a banger. That would have been a 5R, but it's what it is. New York, we had where was it? It was here. So there's between 9:50 and 10:10, there was an indication that again it wanted to go up towards there. So there was a fair value gap. I took this trade at the low, and I actually got out here because what happened was I got timed out. It was too much time. So that was like 20, almost 30 minutes in the trade, and I was like, no, all this like price action that's happening right here, I'm not going to hold it. Even though if I did, price would have gone and seen the height, as you can see, the height of the Hong Kong gap there, perfect. All right, so that was my trade. So I'm just going to put that in there. Then I also took a short on US 500, which I got stopped out at break even. So I was expecting price to come up to this fair value gap right here. And as it came up, I entered on the height of it. It went higher and higher and higher, and then came down. As soon as it went here, I actually took some profits off, and then I got stopped out for a break even. So that is what it is. As you can see, the 8:30 to 9:30 got taken, bang, and then it sought sell side immediately. There's equal lows down here, which I'm eyeing today actually. So CPI, I'm expecting that this gap, because it's been unfilled, right down here, it hasn't been filled. I expect that to be a thing. Now this is super frustrating because price, if you look in here, price was just like up and down, 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 and it created 3 drives and then target to the sell side. That's why I actually got out. It was around here. I took profits and I said to break even, and I was like, stuff it. I'm just gonna do whatever. I can't emotionally deal with this rubbish anymore. So yeah, and then price in the if you're trading the afternoon, it was actually quite beautiful. So we had the 12 to 1 liquidity. So there's buy side, and then the lowest low here is sell side. So 12 to 1, that's a time between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. There's the 2 liquidity points. So as soon as it takes the one side out, then what we have is we have a shift in market structure. We have a nice big fair value gap. And if you're trading that, you would have taken that from there, wherever it is, to the opposing side of liquidity, which would have worked out beautifully. So if you were there for that, good on you, and you got that trade, fantastic, good job. Right, so let's get on to our EU chart right now, and we're looking at price. So HP, FVG is what I term as a high probability fair value gap. It means that as soon as highs are taken, sells are going to be seen too. Okay, that's a high time frame thing that I use. So as you can see over here, as soon as buy side goes higher and higher and higher, that becomes a very high probability fair value gap, and then it goes down. Thanks for reminding me about the music. Let me just drop this one. Bring it up here. Put it down. Good. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we are today, and let's go, and seeing as we have come and seen this price over here now, where are we on the sell side? Start closing. Yeah, it's looking very nice. It's looking delicious. I'm shorts, bro. So that one there, hold on, let me just put that in. Good question. Closing. $45, $46, $45 opening. 4 o'clock in London. Might be looking at this high or this one here. So when it overlaps the previous day, what I then do, so this is not the exact same price, but what I then start doing is I start deleting that Hong Kong gap that off as I go. So if you can see on the daily over here, I only have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this whole previous leg has been seen to now. All of the imbalances in that leg have been seen to. So now I'm looking at the imbalances of this leg right here. So I keep those on my chart for future reference. So here, as soon as price has started going up, I took them off my chart. And here I kept them on my chart until the leg was seen to. Again, my bias is short. I'm expecting the MMG. So the MMG is a super, super, super fine little thing at 8888. Right here, that little line there, that is where I expect price to get to this week. So I'm looking at shorts in the long term. Funnily enough, that puts you, if you go out to 5 minutes, that puts you underneath of this big fair value gap. So it can be decent. It can be a decent trade. I was thinking the high would be set yesterday. So I don't think that'll be taken today, but we could have today setting the highs and then coming lower, but I doubt it. Because we've got a lot of price over here that needs to be seen to. This whole Hong Kong gap and this MMG down here, that has not been seen to. So it's kind of like the thing I'm targeting in my weekly analysis. So let me actually I've got my broker up. Just need to move it onto a different screen. AU is looking like it's bound for a retracement. But again, I wait for my time. So the normal tendency in CP in big news days, or especially on a Wednesday, is that it's a continuation day. In my opinion. So the candle will do this, and then like through Asia, it'll set something. Like for example, I'm expecting shorts. So I'm expecting price to actually go down. And then in London, it'll like consolidate. And then New York, it'll snipe and then continue going lower. Why don't I take it? Because it's not in my time. So I got 5 minutes. John Haywood. Yes, on my video on Trader's channel about the Hong Kong gap, I do actually talk about the MMG a little bit, and there's a little golden juicy nuggets in there that I threw in. So yeah, Hong Kong gap is the one that I use is on Wednesday, the 4:29 closing candle and the 5:15 opening candle AM on New York time. Where does the concept come from? So the concept in Asia, what I found for me is that when I started trading before that, there was a lot of times where it would set, like, say for example, this high over here. There's a lot of times where at this time over here, it might decide that it's going to come and rage and go higher. And then as it does that, it's because, again, you've set the wick of the candle. So if you think about this, that's a wick over there that has been set. Okay. Then what it does is it'll consolidate, and then it'll create another wick. And then the next wick will go higher than that one. And then price will go down. So what I mean by setting the wick is you have a 15 minutes candle that has a wick, an hour candle that has a wick, and you have a 4-hour candle that has a wick. Now, the reason, if this was left and it wasn't tapped into, okay, I would have that up on my chart. If it was not tapped into already, so that's been tapped into, yes, it is. It could work, but there is a chance that what you're going to have is price that's going to come here and it's going to come higher, and then after that, it's going to make the actual move. So that's already been that inefficiency has been seen too. There's a lot of liquidity on the sell side. Yeah. So I don't use any fair value gap, just random fair value gaps for me. It has to be within a time. So I can't just say, example, if I just used this fair value gap over here and I put my stop over there, I would have been stopped out. I just used, I don't know, there's a fair value gap here on a bullish on the bullish candles. I would have got stopped out. You know, big momentum here. If you entered there, you would have got stopped out. So it's time. Not every fair value gap is the same, as you can see. My broker is frozen. 8cap, what are you doing? What are you doing, 8cap? No worries, John Holmes, no worries. No, seriously, my broker's like frozen. Yeah, AU has set highs that will need to be seen to before it comes down. So if I go here, look at this. Okay, that's going to push lower. Then we have GBP. As you can see, it has not broken structure or anything yet and created a fair value gap, so it's no entry. AUD, it's created almost equal highs over here. So when you see that, you know that there might be something dodgy at play. Kalashnik Kid, you just want me to do a full margin trade, don't you? Like a 1% trade. Oh, my man. The hell's going on? Are you also seeing it in group? It's like, I don't know what's going on. The hell? Let's sell. Market structure is broken. We're in our time. There's a gap. There's a fair value gap on your GBP. The structure has been broken right here. AU has created equal lows. We should come up to balance this out. There we go. I don't know why, but my chart is not as being fucking weird. But that should be an entry. If this comes underneath this candle here, I don't want to be in. Oh, the chart's back. The charts have caught up. This is good. Okay. And that was so weird. It just 8-cap completely froze. Strangest thing. It's still like dodgy. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. I really don't like this. This price action, the price action is actually, so it's doing exactly what I said, which is nice. But my 8-cap is like frozen. I can't do anything. What's actually going on? Is this happening for everyone else? Is everyone else having like an 8-cap issue? You know, I'm just going to restart mine. Because this should be a trade. Should be. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's still frozen. The fuck is going? What is going on? This is broken. No, but I'm streaming to you guys fine, right? You're not getting any stuttering, you're not getting problems. So this is the most dodge that I've experienced. It's moving, but it's not reflecting the same price. This is funny. This is funny. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? You got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. Let me see what Dave's last thing. This is weird. Yeah, just wait for a bit. You know what? I'm actually just going to go onto my phone and I'm going to see if the same thing is happening. If the same thing's happening with price. I'm too much of a risk to the broker. I like that comment. That's really cool. This is the strangest thing. Hey, it is so strange. What is going on? Let's go look at GBP. GBP is switching higher. Because they know it's going short. Here we go. So exactly as I said, these lows have just got taken. Now anything after this, in my opinion, an indication to go higher would be the actual push. Okay, nice equal highs. Can push a little bit further. That's fine. And we're waiting just for a change of 230. Where's that on here? Oh, I know. Okay, now we do. But I still can't enter on this because it's not where price should be. Yeah, even on 5G, it's not even loading up the chart. This is so strange. guys. I'm feeling like this is weird. This is some weird shenanigans going on right now. So unfortunately, on the prop firm broker account, I can't actually change the time. Like I have to just trade within the demo that they give me. So I'm looking for a short. I just want the market to catch up on the broker. Does it matter that price seems to be heading towards previously high for EURC or unfilled? It's always our bias. My bias is always the daily. Initially, it's the daily opening gap. Okay, and then after that, it is the Hong Kong gap. Man, this is dodgy. You know what? I'm actually just thinking that because of this dodginess on the server, I don't want to actually be involved at all this morning. Like it's not worth it to me because price is being very strange. I don't want to be involved. Click on the bottom right. You display all the server database. Rescan service. I'm on the one with the lowest latency, which is 270. Maybe if I change it to another one. Yes, I'm closing. This is so strange. Can't be a latency thing either. Doing a speed test quickly while I'm streaming, so it might get a bit laggy. My download 100, upload 25. Yeah, it's fine. Seriously, I'm not. See how that wasn't broken? So we're not in the trade. You know what? I'll just run this through with you the same way, even though my broker is. It's been very strange. It's been very, very strange. And they have to do it exactly when I trade, don't they? Please catch up. So if the server wasn't faulty, yes. So that right there, that would have been as it came up here, that would have been an entry, and then I would have tried to take it down there, but I would have gotten out at 2R. Okay. And what's funny is I actually did do this. As it was within my rule set, and I actually did it. But what is crap was that the server's faulty. So that's why risk management is important. So it didn't give me the entry that I wanted. It gave me an entry that was down here. Literally. For some reason. And then, so when price is coming up here, I was like, okay, stuff it, I'm just gonna get out. So start the trade. Things like that happen. Sometimes you have a faulty server. And this whole thing is just weird. It was just weird. I don't know what they're doing. But at least these charts are still accurate. So yeah, that would have been this right here. As it came back down in there, that would have been an entry to go long. And it did. And it would have done a 2R, but as you can see here, but it didn't give us our thing. So again, what we're looking at possibly is, I just want this to catch up. They're seriously delayed. Because if I'm going to take another entry, which would be at 9:30 over here. Okay. This 9:30, meaning that the price breaks at there, and it's within my rules to take another entry and to go short. But I'm afraid, because what if what I mean is if the same thing happens again, right? So say for example I get into or whatever kind of short, okay, and I want to target here, and if it puts me into the trade at this area or at this area, then what's the point of the trade? Yes, Iridium. Exactly. They didn't even give me the chance. It actually makes me think, like, I don't actually... What's ACAP doing? What are they doing? Let me open another broker. No, the other brokers are fine. The daily high has already been taken. Previous daily high. So if you look over here, that's the previous daily high. It's been taken. So we're looking now at 9:30, which will be the next criteria. Man, that's such dog behavior. It really pisses me off. What's the 5 tick saying? Let's check. Because on ACAP right now, price is at 1.10223, and on other charts it's 281. So there's like a 5 pip difference between this. Oh man. Yeah, so I'll just carry on reading price with you as it does its thing and gives me the dodginess. Yep. Yeah, this is actually avoid. Okay, now we're going to structure that sets over here. Structure sets over here. Tosh Conde? Yes, I did. Yeah, so we have SMT, peak, good spot. We have SMT between these pairs. So as what you can see is that it was held back and has gone higher. And then this is actually, it's pushed quite a bit lower. Oh. It's pushed quite a bit lower, while the other pairs have been held and a little bit lower. So again, we have drives. So that market structure shift wasn't taken, so we're not on the trade yet. Showing a little bit of weakness. Again, we're waiting for 9:30 on the dot. New Zealand has an interest rate decision in 36 minutes. New Zealand and AUD, the news is quite correlated. So it's not this one. No, we're just waiting for our next one. It's targeted. We have structure. Good. What should the trade plan for HK gap as big as today? Okay, so we have our Hong Kong gap set now. Okay, so 15, 16 over here. 16. So the plan is that price will, it has it's taken a little bit of buy side over here. You would want to think of this as this being a gap with this gap in it. So the amount of range that we have, okay, this amount of range that we have, what we'll be looking for, that's just been taken. So what we're looking for is anything above here that shows us an indication it wants to go through, then we will first target the opening gap that time, and then after that target the full range. Because what they do sometimes on big days is they will leave this gap open, and what they'll do is they'll come just tap it, and then they'll push down and then build up liquidity for later on. Yeah, so as soon as this market structure is taken, if that's taken, then we have an FVG there. Oh. Because this has been broken over here, so structure shifted. And we have GBP as well. Structure is shifting. You can see it's not perfect. Yeah. Now it's just shifted right now. So you have a fair value gap up here. And I would expect price to snip in and come down. There's been a market structure shift on DXY. If I could have access to the broker, but it's just not happening. They are so delayed. It's frustrating. There. So that's going to go to here. It's like the broker's delayed almost. Let me see where they are right now. Just created the first red candle. They've just created this candle here. So they're delayed by how many? 10, 15 minutes? Yeah, I'll show you. So you have that, okay? You can see price there. We have red, 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 and a whole bunch of blue and a whole bunch of red, right? Now let me stop the screen and I'll present my broker, or the broker that we can use. All right. So in that price right there, yeah, red, 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 and then a whole bunch of blue, and then a whole bunch of red going lower. So it's delayed. Right now, it says that it's 11:30 in my time, which should be 4:30 here. Okay. And it's the chart's delayed. This is actually broken. So you see the price action right there. I'll pull that back up. You can see the same thing represented here. on GBP, it's just pushing up, 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 up. It hasn't even created that nice square liquidity that we saw. And here, it's there. So let me just remove that. And I'll bring up the actual chart, the actual chart again. So as you can see, we're here right now on the other broker, and GBP is still pushing up, whereas we're already going down. AUD has already pushed up and it's coming down. So it's I don't when it's like this, no ways. And even if you enter a trade, so for example, when I saw a price come up here, like I said, I entered at that point, and what it did was it put me in price down here. So like, it put me down here. Why? The hell's going on? I've actually never experienced it this bad before on a broker. I've had times where it like glitches for like a minute or two, but I've never experienced this like this bad.
G'day, Gentsla. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, Cam. Let me just pull up my sound. Hi.
G'day, mate.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, bro?
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you want to try like changing your server on MT4 or MT5, whatever you're on? Because it might be the server. So if you go to MT and have a look down the bottom and see if there are options around the server you can pick.
Yeah, so I've got a whole bunch of servers up here. I got like DC5, DC51, DC52, DC5, a whole bunch of things.
So try just click on a different one, see if it changes it, because sometimes that can be the issue. They got a server issue.
Because it's frustrating, because it got me out of a trade that I would have been, had some profits and had a break even, and then. Yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating.
Because I mean, I checked on my end and it was I didn't have the delay. I had exactly the same price. So I'll tell you what server I'm on.
I'm just opening this again. We'll put it up and see. That's the same thing.
Actually, sorry, I should say it was delayed. It was matching your one on the screen, so maybe it was delayed. Let me just get. So, are you on You trading?
So I'm on
yeah.
Yes, and I'm on DC5.
Okay, let me just double check that. Oops. Sorry, I've got a lag here. Oh gosh, what's going on? Okay. Just 1 minute.
Peak could have filled that 200 lots.
Okay, 35. So it's got the right time there.
Yeah, it's got the right time, but the price actually.
Okay, yeah. Let me have a look at.
Is it similar?
Let me have a look at Trading View. Yeah, it's exactly the same as FXCM. Now I'm on. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh no, sorry. Okay, right. What am I doing here? Oh no, that's the right one, is it?
Well,
So I've got so many MTT. No, this is the right one. Okay, that's Blue Guardian. Yeah, it's showing the right. It's showing exactly the same price.
Well, let me just throw in a trade. And
FXEM on TradingView. And
I'm just going to chuck in a random sell and see if it fills me at the way I want. Did it put me?
I'll tell you what server I'm on. Sorry, I'm on Demo Server 3 London. Demo Access Server 3 London. Do you want to change to that one? See if that changes it.
GBP. So it put me in at a not exactly where I wanted, but yeah, I'll show you my yeah. So I put in the sell right here, as in on this structure in the chart. I put it in right here on price, and it filled me about a pip lower, which is weird because I'm not on this. This is the raw.
So that's GU. Okay.
And the spread is 0.2 pips, but that difference between 9.4 and 8.3 is not 0.2. That's like one whole pip. That's almost like treating me.
If you want to have a look at the server that you're on, to see what server you're on.
Can you see this here on the right hand side?
No, it's not popping up.
Okay. It's telling me that I am on DC5. Okay, which should be.
I haven't even got DC. I've only got Demo Access Server. So this is on Blue Guardian's 8 cap, right?
Yes.
Blue Guardian 8 cap. Oh, you're on MT4.
Yeah.
I think I'm on MT5. That'll be the difference. Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm not going to see the same thing. Right. Let me. Have I got the MT4?
Again, from this area, I'm expecting these lows to be taken. So let's just let it ride out.
I'm just trying to think if I got their MT4. I don't think I've got their MT4.
Everyone.
Well, at least you've got in the trade. At least you got in the trade.
No, I got in the trade before. So as price did this, I got in over here, and I was expecting that it to be held and respected, but it actually put me in down here. It filled me over here as myself.
Oh, right.
And I was like, what's going on?
And it filled
it literally filled me down here where it was no price. And I was like, this is dog.
And what happened? Did you take a loss or did it?
Yeah. I took an extreme loss actually. So my account was on so my stop was there, and what happened was here, I'll go to the previous. Yeah, it was 1,175. So it's quite large.
Yeah. You have to contact the guys and just say, hey, look, because you've got it on video, right? You can see it. Can you?
I don't have it. I don't have it on video because I wasn't recording the 8 cap. I was recording the trading view.
You should be able to like drag if you can drag that trade onto the chart. It should paint where it entered. If you drag it on in your history.
Where's that?
Yeah, so you should be able to send them that screenshot and go, how can I even
how
the bid is yeah.
And this was my entry. But how did I enter? If I was here, how was my entry here? It's what?
So you have to send it through to the guys and maybe clip this part of the video.
And then the 2R should have exited me here on this candle, which would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But it stopped me out.
Yeah. That's just send it through.
Weird.
Send it through to the guys and their support and see what they say. And I can have a chat to to the guys as well if need be. Hey, look, mate, I've got to go. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good luck
Thank
with
you
this
so much,
current
Cam.
trade.
No worries.
All right,
I'm
mate.
sure it'll work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, so now you'll see what I'm saying. It was very strange price action. Like, what's going on? Anyways, we're in this. No, I want this one. We're in the trade right now. So let's pull this in here. Okay, where are we? Let's go into chat. Yes, did you see that that was a ghost trade, guys? Man, that is so frustrating. Let's just answer this question. So anything over 5 pips makes it extremely valid. It's especially 5 pips over the 5 pips over the open. So you got 745, which is around here, or 5. So if there's anything from there long, that's 24 pips. So yeah, exactly, Ricardo. Imagine going full margin. There is no ways. That would have been mental. Man. Okay, so now we know what to look out for sometimes. If you see price doing dodgy shit, just don't get involved. I saw this dodgy stuff happening, and I was just like, according to my plan on the chart, I should be taking this trade, and nah. But yeah, it is what it is. Again, sometimes you lose it, sometimes you take it, but it seems like price has actually kind of caught up in a way to the same level. So 612, 614, yeah. We're at the same price now. As that happens, let's share this. So here is that fair value gap. It's on the other charts. And guess what? If I take this loss, I'll just take the loss. It is what it is. The thing with this stuff is that you can always make it back. Or not make it back, but you can trade your way out of drawdown. So I now consider myself, because of that, how do I put it? I consider myself to be in drawdown. So any type of loss is drawdown, and it's coming out of it that is what we trade ourselves out of it. So what's the current balance? Well, we started on $103,100, and then now we're sitting on $101,800. Well, I'm not looking because things like this will happen. So one of the reasons why I use why I just enter on the broker is I use TradingView for my analysis, and I use the broker as my entry. So that's it. That's literally what I do. Let me actually just mark this out where I expect price to go. 259 on GBP, seeing as we're in that trade. 59 closing. Yeah, they're perfect. So I expect it to go to 29292 initially. Of course, we have the 604 to 745. That's the daily open. So 29384 would be possible, and if it does go further, it'll fill the rest of it in before it does anything else. If price doesn't come and do this now, then we're looking again at London. It's quite a nice large range. My trade right now is 29645. So we'll go to here and 29583. 583. This is my trade that's in right now. So as it goes to full target, that would be a 4.28. I'm just curious, people, because I didn't have my because I used 8cap. I didn't have the live 8cap because this is a demo 8cap. Euro. Again, it's come to that fair value gap perfectly. Bang. And then it's the same analysis. Exactly the same. So initially, price would be expected to come down here, and then further if it wants to fill the whole Hong Kong gap in. There's a lot of liquidity being built. If it does want to continue pushing higher, you know exactly where liquidity is for the day. Oh yeah, good idea, good idea. Let's change the music. This one? No, this one? So yeah, basically this is my model. There's a market structure shift. There's a fair value gap. You enter to go short. But again, price slipped me. Which is fine, I guess. Price had to make a high on a specific time before searching for confirmation of reverse. So yeah, so I have what I do, what you'll see is it's very, very clear. I have what I call my 630 to 730. So over here we have 630, that candle right there, that blue candle. Whatever is the lowest low between 630 and 730. So let's just zoom into that because it's quite tight, this range. So that's this candle right here. So there's a low there, right here. Okay, now that is 630 sell side liquidity. Okay, then we have our 730 buy, or whatever the highest swing point is up until 730, which is over here. Okay. Then what I'm looking for is that within my time, which is usually between 8:50 and 9:10, I want an indication that price is going lower, because I want, so as you can see, a little bit of sell side was taken there, but price has raged one way. Now what it needs to do is it needs to rebalance it by again, changing market structure shift. Your Hong Kong gap is set. Let me actually just make that proper Hong Kong gap. Yeah. You can see it's nice and green. Okay. Now, what happens is that price makes a structure shift and then starts targeting the other side of liquidity. So it went the one way over here. Now there's all this liquidity down here that has to be taken. You'll see as I'll go sideways. You can see all that liquidity that needs to be seen to. On EURUSD, it's exactly the same thing. So what you have is that price on EURUSD actually has not come down for that 630 to 730 sell side. So it does need to be balanced. AUD, same thing. We have 630, which is over here. That's why I put this line here, because that's the lowest. You can see here that here's 630. The lowest point of that is was exactly on that line. Okay. And then the highest point of that is here. Then what you have is that's like a liquidity range. Now that needs to, again, it gets broken on the one side and it has no balance. My eyes immediately go to what's underneath it. So I look at this square price right here. I look at this square price right here. I say square because it is insanely perfect how these candles are. So look at the highs and the bodies of these candles over here, and the bodies and the wicks of those candles over there. So I look at that and I look at that. That is perfectly square price. Then we come down here to the next one. You can see how perfectly square the body's there, the wicks are there, the body, the wick, that is beautiful. So later on, I would, if it doesn't work now, then later on in London, or even for CPI, they might just drive it all the way down. Spread spiked from 5 to 6. Why is liquidity from 6 to 7? Because most people don't get in the market from 5 to 6 because the spread is so high. So when liquidity starts entering the market is from what time? Generally 6 o'clock. So then I wait half an hour So that's between 6 to 6:30 to give me the initial kind of like range, and then the 6:30 to 7:30 will be where the legs are made. Yes, Meg. My analysis is pointing to the same direction on EU. Exactly the same direction. So there's two TPs. So if you see over here, it comes down. If price decides to like start doing shenanigans, then I'm out. If it goes down further, I'll take it all the way. I think that square represents an order block on a higher time frame. Let's go have a look. Australian dollars actually pushed. Retail traders are getting it today. That's pushed up higher. GBP is still coming down. Euro is still coming down. DXY, we're looking at the bottoms doing the same thing. But the bottoms should actually be going this way. So there is divergence in the chart. There is SMT. And then order block on a higher time frame. So let's go have a look. So we have our little thing over there. 5 minutes. I don't know if that's an order block. I don't think so. It might be if you're looking at, no, that's not an order block, even on with using ICT's method. So the most effective order blocks, okay, are the ones that where the shift happens. So from here, if you see, this is where the market shifted. So that's a very effective order block. We're looking over here, where the market shifted to go lower was here. So that's an effective order block. And then you have a fair value gap within that going down. And the same thing over here. So we have where the market shifted, that whole leg in price. That's a wall one order block now. Up here, again, where price shifted, that is your order block right there. So that would have been where price shifted. But for me, I see the breaker. I see it go up, come down, this candle here. That would be how I view the market instead. So I'm watching our prices pushed here, but it hasn't done it on the broker. This is so strange. I am so confused. I am so confused. Okay, now I just did this. Okay. Oh. Where do you have this crap? Yes, it makes me rage inside. So yeah, so when I see a leg, okay, you see this leg over here? What happens is you have price going lower, price goes higher, and then that for me, that whole leg right there, that's a breaker. So I go up here. I'll just show you on where did we go from? Where's our time? Here was our time. So yesterday we had a break, like a break even. This leg over here, the candle before it goes lower and higher, that is a breaker to enter to go long. Yeah, this candle right here, price goes higher, okay, goes lower than there, then that becomes your breaker to go short. The same thing's repeated over and over and over and over and over again. Let's just go to the swing of the move. Here we go. So we have this leg over here. Price goes lower, higher. It taps in, goes higher. Then, so that leg right, that candle right there. Okay. And then what happens is price comes down, taps into it, and goes away. We have this one over here. Same thing. Goes lower, goes higher. There's your breaker. And it goes up. It's the shift in the in the move. So go down here. Same thing. So you hit the candle, price goes lower, it goes higher, and then hello. What's nice is that that one there also had a fair value gap. Higher probability. Yes, it does. Oh, let's see this. Price playing. Yeah, price is doing its thing. Yes, it does. So we go look on Euro. You see what's happened over here. We have price has gone, this section over here, price has gone higher, it's come lower. We have a fair value gap. It's quite high probability because that candle right there is your breaker. Not that candle, but those three candles. That is your breaker. Let's just remove that. And there's fair value gaps within that. So yeah. That's how I see the market. Can I show you the current? What do you mean, the 8 cap? The prop firm broker that I'm using. So right now news just came out, and the news was in New Zealand. So there will be moves from here. Let me actually bring that up. Yeah, the RBNZ rate statement just came out. Let's see how AU is responding. Didn't they run out of fish and chips? I don't know. Yeah, I'm still expecting price to drop lower. They're holding price though, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So they haven't actually increased it this month. I guess they're all waiting to see what America's gonna do. If America holds it, then everything will stay the same and it will just continue ranging. What the Fed does. How's Euro doing? Yeah, perfect. This is nice. See, now this is where I actually see sometimes I see people who are trendline traders. I see that. Especially after liquidity is taken, there's a move, we have a break. This is like a classic trendline trade. Same thing here. Except it's not there. There's no trend line here. Is it DXY? If you're loving trend lines. It changed. Your breaker. Market structure shift. Fair value gap. Long. So my entry criteria is very, very specific. Normally, I have 850 to 910. Okay, I want to see indication that I want to start heading towards my objective, and if it doesn't do that, then I'm waiting for 930. But yeah, this trade right now, if it works out, will basically just make up what happened with that shaftiness today. Which is all right. I see this beautiful liquidity here, and I'm just like, oh, it's tasty. It looks nice. Things like that just make me excited. And it kind of sounds weird, but like this, oh, that makes me excited. That squareness, hi, it's perfect. Makes me really excited. What are we seeing here? Ooh, GBP sell side is huge actually. This is actually nice. Are they gonna do it today? We'll see. But from what I see here, okay, what I see here is that this is another Hong Kong gap that's quite wide from yesterday. So that price was not seen to in London, and it was not seen to in New York. So CPI, yeah, I'm expecting Massive moves. What's this? Hi, can you explain how to spot breaks? So I spot breaks before they break using ICT's concepts. So again, let's just do this again out of here. So what you have is, let's go down to a time that is highly probable. Right over here. 3 o'clock. Okay. So what I see is that in this, my time, 250 to 310, I'd be looking for a trade short. Okay. Now price has gone down over here. And what I'm looking at is in that time window. Okay. In that time window right there. In that time window. 10. What's the first fair value gap that you see? This one. Because my objective is the Hong Kong gap every day. So that would have been a trade. Yes, it wouldn't have gone all the way, but you still make a little bit of money. How we spot this is if you're looking at trend lines, okay, simple. There's a trend line there. So I don't deal with trend lines a lot. I look at breakers. So for me, a breaker is that candle has gone, price has gone higher, and then it's come lower, and then that red candle right there, that's my entry. So that could have been, if you're a traditional trend line trader, that could have been a break, and then as it broke there, that's your like retest to go down in a way. So here, how to spot a breaker on the swing over here at 4 o'clock. So what do we have in price? Well, we're looking at this leg over here in relation to that leg over there. Now, which candle? Okay, this is quite nice. Which candle do you see the price goes lower and then higher then? That is quite prominent to you. Or which candles? So here, price goes lower, price goes lower, price goes lower, and then higher. But what's very, very prominent there, that's a very tight range. This one over here would be how I would look at it. So this range over here would be a breaker for me. There's a breaker. There we go. Okay. Now price has gone lower than that, higher than that, and then I'm expecting price to come in. Within that breaker, we have a fair value gap. Which is perfect. And then continues. We go up here. So we have, this one's prominent to me because price goes lower, higher, and down. So I'll actually use both of those candles in this circumstance. Okay, the price has gone higher and then lower than this. Drag that out. Your entry was here. And this one. Price gone lower and higher. That's your breaker candle right there. Bang. And that is before the trend line is broken. You're coming in to fill this fully. Let's see. And again, one of the reasons why I don't like trading after, like at this time ish, is because it's normally a consolidation. I don't like it because this gives you like emotional damage. You know what I mean? Because you're waiting and you're waiting and a whole bunch of things are happening, and yeah. Ooh. That's the reason why you don't trade indices as well, because how much is the spread normally? You have like, it's normally 60 cents, 70 cents ish. And when you're trading in Asia, the spread's even higher. So if you're getting in a trade to go long or short, it's like it puts you in, like this is your spread range, let's say. So if you were taking like a short, for example, from here, it would put you in at that price. Then you would need to make that price again to be able to go into profit. So it's too tight in indices and stuff in Asia. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna be out for now. I'm just gonna leave the trade running. Whatever happens will happen. I'll keep you up to date on Twitter on what I think and things, or how I think things are going and where things are in price. So you have a lovely, lovely day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow for a nice Thursday after CPI. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Take care.